What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Hope your vibes are immaculate today. I'm AG, your host, CEO, director, manager, and all that bullshit. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. Appreciate you for listening. And man, the Mavs get a big win tonight over the Utah Jazz. 111-103 at home. Me and my family were at the game, man. We were pumped for it. The crowd, honestly, there was great for it being a regular season game. And honestly, this was a great win for the Mavs, man. This was the third game. Our third matchup this season out of 4 total, and Utah has taken the first 2, so it was big for the Mavs, especially going for this 4th seed, which we're battling with Utah for, the 4th and 5th seed, going back and forth with that, or about to. And man, this was big because if we needed if we ended up going into a tiebreaker with the Jazz right now, they would own us 2-1 because they only won one more. But there's one more matchup, man, we could even things out, make the tiebreaker go to something else, which I think it's division or how you do in your division or something like that. But man, this win is basically crucial because then when we get the next one, it's evened up. That's even better for the standings later on. So Mavs really needed to come out focused tonight, especially the Jazz were coming off the back-to-back. They just played Thunder last night and had to play to the end of the game because the Thunder, came back on them. They're a tough fighting team. And so you're hoping that maybe the Jazz were a little bit taken away from that energy last night. And I guess it kind of showed a little bit too. But, honestly, I don't want to take anything from the Mavs tonight because they showed up, ready to play. We had Jalen Brunson out tonight, which, sad. But at the same time, I feel like that's also strategy. It's also getting, one of your guys rest, but it's strategy because if we do end up matching up with them in the playoffs, it's one of those things where a smart coach, you don't want to show all your pieces, which if you follow Greg Popovich, you'll see when they play the games. You see it really all over the NBA, but like when teams play, they know they're going to see a team in the playoffs. They're not going to roll out. Usually they're always missing one key guy for each team or something because you don't want to give up that much tape on your team and how everyone plays all together against the opponent you might play in the playoffs for them to have some type of advantage. So, smart, let him rest. That had Luka came back, and we also had Maxi Kleber come back. So that's a good signing, good thing for the Mavs. And they were really big for us, especially Luka, man. What can you say? Luka freaking Doncic, 35 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and get this, 38 minutes, only 3 turnovers. He kept them pretty low. Good job tonight, man. He had 16 rebounds. Rudy Robert only had 13. A 7'1" center whose main job is to go get rebounds. Luka out-rebounded him. Man, it's crazy to say out loud, but when you're watching a game, you see Luka just always going after these boards. And, what an incredible game for him tonight. He really filled up the stat sheet now that I'm looking at it. When you're watching, his offensive game tonight was just killing. He was 12 of 23 from the floor, 5 of 11 from 3, and he was 6 of 7 from the line. And of course 7 assists, so it was just kind of getting in the paint, doing whatever he wanted. He was hitting step back 2-pointers on who was that? I think it was Royce O'Neal or Daniel House Jr. on their team. But man, he had a splash in their face. And then what I was about to get to, which we'll go ahead and lead to that now, man, in the third quarter, they were headhunting Rudy Robert and Hassan Whiteside. They really were. And here, let me recap real quick. The first half, it was just smooth offense by us, and we were just playing solid defense. Mars making the shot, balls moving. We for them or for defensively for us, we're playing solid defense to where we're making them forcing them to take tough shots. They weren't getting any. They got a couple open looks, but a lot of their shots were very contested and hard to make shots. So we did pretty much a solid job as you can in the first half. Had the lead, and the third quarter. We had a 20-point lead, and man, third quarter, 25 to 19 in full quarter stats points for each team in the quarter. But Dallas in the third quarter, it was like the Luka and Spencer pick on the centers for the Jazz show. It was roast time for them. They just kept finding the mismatch. They were headhunting the centers for their team. And whenever they got the mismatch, man, they were just splashing threes or just taking it to the rack. Really, just they were splashing threes in that quarter. Then there was one point where we had like 3 threes in a row, and it was like Luka hit one over the center, and then Spencer did it, and then Luka did it again. I might have that wrong, but that's how crazy it seemed. It seemed like they were all back to back to back because they were just headhunting. It was Whiteside at one point, but they were, Luka was definitely headhunting Gobert like throughout most of this game. But the third quarter, it was very obvious to see they were trying to get that mismatch with especially Whiteside, and they were killing it. Spencer Dinwiddie tonight finished with 23 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 9 from 3. Said this man can't shoot threes. He's killing it for Mavs shooting, and 4 of 4 from the line. Still getting to the line for him. Three rebounds, 2 assists. Only 1 turn. He played 40. He played the most minutes for us tonight. Wow, he played 40 minutes, and you didn't realize that. He was sneakily 40 minutes out there and only had 1 turnover. That's what we want to see. And we won the turnover battle tonight, and that's good for the Mavs because in a game where you're basically outmatched on the inside with with size, and they were killing us. They killed us in points in the paint too. But this is a game where it's got to be an effort all around, and everybody's just got to step up. And to see just this whole offense just kind of start flourishing, man, it's really been great. And just the acquisition of Spencer Dinwiddie has just been amazing because he's come in and just been killer for us in that 6-man. And now when JB's out, or last game when Luka's out, he takes that next step up, and he's that aggressor that we need in the starting lineup. And he did the same with JB out tonight, scoring 20, doing what he needed to do. They played him a lot, of course, with the second unit, so he can help be their ball creator or ball handler and creator. But yeah, man, Luka had a great night, of course, and Spencer came out, played well. And it was pretty much game over. Mavericks had a big lead in the fourth quarter. The Utah made a little run. Mavs, I guess, kind of they let their foot off the gas a little bit, and Utah caught up. A 20-point lead we had basically evaporated to 7 with under 2 minutes left. But still, even with 2 minutes left, it was basically game over. There's nothing really to report right at the end of the game. Take notes. It was game over. It was a bunch of ticky-tack fouls, back and forth, back and forth. But yeah, Luka headhunting Gobert was also going to happen, and I can't wait if we play them in the playoffs, that's going to be a matchup for sure because they got into it tonight. Not once, but twice. The second time, a little something. Luka thought he got tripped by Rudy, but then they go back and look at the replay, and Rudy wasn't even he didn't mean to at all. Luka got up mad, but he said that after the game he said once they saw the replay, they were laughing in the bench about it. He thought he really got tripped, and he saw it wasn't. He started laughing in the bench. But the first time was at the end of halftime. Luka's been going at Gobert and stuff, and they've been kind of chippy. And at the end of the half, Luka tries to drive, and really it looked like he probably got fouled because there was a lot of drives that Luka was making, and it looked like Rudy was getting away with some hacking at Luka's arms because what Luka does, he holds when he drives, he slows up his body. Everyone thinks full momentum going forward. No, he slows it up, and he holds the ball with 2 hands. And when he's holding it, he's waiting for you to see when you think he's gonna react to shoot or something, or if you think he's gonna react if you think he's gonna make a pass and he's gonna fake his hand. And whenever you get your freaking hand reaching there in the cookie jar, because people think they're just gonna slap it right out of his hands, he gets I don't know if that's the James Harden stuff, but that's a foul. He gets their hand in the way that people get caught reaching, and boom, he tries to go up and make a play that he usually gets the foul. And they were not giving that to Luka. And then at the end of the first half, he goes up. It was another no call. End at halftime, Robert kind of, gets the ball, bounces. Robert got the ball, rebound, tosses it to Luka, maybe next time you'll make that shit, or some shit like that. Luka got all kinds of pissed, man, at halftime. He ended up getting a technical at halftime because he got all types of pissed at Rudy for that. And he cooked him in the second half. I don't, that 13 tech wasn't worth it, but still, he made up in this second half with his gameplay. He knew getting that tech that he was going to step it up, and he was just roasting Gobert on that pick and roll so much tonight. And yeah, man, this was an awesome game because not only did we get a Luka, 30 point, 16 rebounds, 7 assist game, and a Spencer Dinwiddie, and new acquisition. This is his 8th game with us, scoring 23 points tonight. Coming up big for us. But we had a Dorian Finney-Smith go off for 21 points tonight. Excuse me, guys. But Dodo went off tonight. He had a 21-point game, man. His 8 of 14, 4 of 10 from 3. I saw somewhere that he's gone 4 of 10 the last, I forgot, handful of games, and just really killing it from behind the arc. And it's honestly, when you're watching a game, you could tell he has that level of confidence that, yeah, when he gets the shot, when he's got just a little bit of space, he's going to pull that thing. Just like last game, he made a jab step. I think it was last game. Makes it in the corner, he makes a jab step, and then pulls the 3 in the dude's face. It's like, okay, Dodo, that confidence in him is just all-time high right now for him, and he's riding it, and usually he does well after these late, going back to last year, after in the month of March and on, he starts kicking it up, and he's doing it again. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 4 of those 5 rebounds were offensive rebounds, by the way. Him going after the offensive boards. 2 assists, 1 steal, of course, doing defensive dirty work all over the place. Reggie had a little bit of a quiet game, but of course still played, well defense, used his length. That's, one of our bread and butters in our starting lineup is having these 2 wing guys, and Dodo and Reggie Bullock. They're both, 6'7", 6'8" in that range, and have long, lengthy arms, and they can, shoot threes. That just having them out in the court, you always need it. Dwight Powell had a very solid game. He was struggling a little bit inside, but hey, we already knew this. We're going against bigs. He's gonna kind of struggle, but honestly, he did well for the most of this game. I don't give too much credit, but he did good. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. My bad, guys. Keep fucking coughing. I'm trying not to. I'm sorry about that. But Dwight Powell, yeah, he did solid, getting the easy feed from Luka. He got in a little bit of foul trouble, I see. I don't remember that too much in the game. But Maxi Kleber, of course, made his comeback. 27 minutes. I was wondering how many minutes he was going to get. And yeah, back to his high 20s. That's good. 3 of 11. His shot was off tonight. That was going to be one. He actually finished a plus 16. So, he was doing good while he's out there. But his threes were off. He was 2 of 7 from 3. But, man, at the game, there were some shots you could see the angle, and he was just, wide right. It wasn't hitting the front where it's just a little bit too short, or hitting the back of the rim where it was just a little bit, too much muscle. No, this was to the left or right misses. He was just not accurate tonight shooting. And, he finished 2 of 7 from 3, which, not great, but, hitting 2 threes, even shooting, the way he was shooting tonight, yeah, good to see. He still finished with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. But as I said, he plays good on the defensive end still, even though his shot wasn't falling, which, again, he needs to gain that confidence back, just like Dodo's shooting, and that's how Maxey needs to be shooting, because there were sometimes he was kind of hesitant, and even on some of the threes he pulled on with Rudy Gobert on him, he should have already been caught it oh, yeah, got him. He's too far back. This is, open 3. It's he kind of hesitated, and it was kind of a slower shot, and it doesn't look like he kind of, finished his release as well on his shots, and they end up going, left or right, like I said. But, still good stuff to have him back, because defensively he does great. Had some Bertans minutes in there. They're all right. Sterling Brown, I love my boy Sterling Brown, all my Mavericks, but someone needs to check on his ankles. There was a nasty part. Luckily, they didn't make it, so it's not going to be on any highlights at all. But, otherwise, he does solid on the defensive end. It happens. You get got sometimes. And he got definitely tonight. And Josh Green, 18 minutes off the bench. Another solid job. Didn't score much, only had 4 points. But, really good out there, energy guy, really hustling after, helping guard, these guards that they have in Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell. he was also helping out there, run around, guard these guys, and then even if you're not guarding them, he was you got guys like Bogdanovic for them that just the open corner threes we always give up for him. You got to run around. He'll move around, and so it was really good job by him having that extra guy, especially off the bench, that can come in and can play some good defense or solid defense along whenever like a Reggie or Dodo goes out. That's good to have. He's not as big as them, but still for his size, he plays pretty solid. I'll say solid defense for his size, with his athleticism and energy he brings. And man, all in all, man, this is a great win by the Mavs. Really needing this to go ahead, because right now, Utah's still in the 4th seed, Dallas in the 5th, but we're only a half game back. Utah, we both have 40 wins, but Utah has 24 losses, and Mavs have 25 losses. So we are right there. We just got to stay this course. Mavs have won 5 in a row, 8-2 in our last 10 games. We just got to keep this momentum going. And yeah, I just looked at our differential, and I just remember at the beginning of the season, it was in the negative for the longest. We had they were in like this top 5-6 seed, but we were the only team that had like a negative differential. So good to see a plus 3.4 for the whole season up there, up on there. But man, great testament to this team to really come out. They knew it was a big game. They even said, I saw a quote from Luka saying that they want to go for the 4th seed. They haven't had home court advantage since he's been there, so they want to have it. They want to go for it, and that's good to hear. That's what you want to hear. That's what we were all thinking they should be, saying internally. So it's good to just hear that, echoed from the inside the locker room, or straight from Luka's mouth, that they want home court advantage. They're we're used to not having it, and we see how big of a part it plays. And you never know, if we had home court advantage one of the last 2 years, maybe we advanced to the second round. That's just how big home court advantage can be in some of these series that aren't lopsided in a sense. But just a close match, good series. Home court advantage really comes around, especially it makes your role players play better. So especially if we want to have these role players be comfortable here at home hitting shots, we definitely got to go for that 4th seed. And this also showed this is a good matchup. Like, Luka loves this matchup, man. He's going to take Rudy Gobert every time, man. And honestly, it felt like barbecue chicken every time. There was some, he wasn't making them every single time, but oh yeah, if we get to the playoffs, like, they're going to have to figure something else out, because this, this is just a great freaking win by the Mavericks, who actually rebounded just as well as they did. They finished with 45 rebounds. We had 43. So team rebounding, go team. Did fucking great on the boards, getting after it, doing that. And again, limited on turnovers. We only had 9 turnovers to their 14. So we really took care of the ball and did, again, if they're going to score in the paint like they did on us tonight, we got to make sure, of course, we can't turn it over, and then we're going to have to make our shots. And that's exactly what we did. We made more shots than them. And, great team effort on both sides of the ball. Offensively, ball was moving, humming, finding different guys. It's not like what we were seeing earlier in the year or last year where things kind of get stale and stuff. It's just so much more smoother. It's like we got that offense back from 2 years, not exactly the same, but we got our offensive rhythm, like that really good offensive flow going that we had when we were the highest ranking offense. But now also to go with it, we have a top 5-10 defense, even without a legit anchor in the middle, center, that shot blocker, rim protector. We basically are playing, good wing, and perimeter defense and team defense on the inside, and gang rebounding and, going after that. Because, we definitely needed a gang rebound against Rudy Gobert tonight. And they did that. They came out. Everybody did a great job. That was something I was looking forward in this game, how well they were going to respond. And, man, Mavs responded so freaking great tonight, guys. Like, it really was a great game. And just has you feeling good and just moving forward. Because next game, we play Wednesday. We play at home again. We play the New York Knicks at 7:30. So that'll be a good one. Then the game after that, we play Friday. We play at Houston. After these 2 games, which hopefully we can get both of these dubs. New York's a pretty tough team. Houston, we already know, look at the bottom. Hopefully we can come out. New York's not doing so well this year though, but hopefully we can come out maybe with 2 more wins on that, because then after that there's a 3-game stretch. Oh, I'll count it 4. A 4-game stretch where you can even count 5-game stretch where we play Boston, Brooklyn, Philly. So 3 of really good teams play. Or Brooklyn's not playing well, but still got KD. Probably have it's at Brooklyn, so they won't have Kyrie. But they got Seth Curry, and they got good other sneaky squad. Then we got Philly. Oh, and you know what? That's March 16th. So the Brooklyn might have Ben Simmons then, because that's after the March. So they might have Ben Simmons then. But either way, we already know Brooklyn still at KD. So Boston, Brooklyn, then Philly. So we finally going to see James Harden and Embiid. That's going to be crazy, trying to protect the paint against them. And then after that, we're going to play Charlotte, who's in the what seed? They're the 8th seed right now. They started hot, and then they kind of fizzled. Now they're kind of balanced out. They're almost even 500. But, they're still LaMelo. They got some dangerous guys over there. Terry Rozier, they can hit shots, make a very competitive game. And then one more after that, I would see, really competitive. We play Minnesota. So really at these next 2, I don't want to say given wins. I don't want to put it like that. But after next 2 games that really Mavs should be favored, the next 5, even including Minnesota Timberwolves, because they're having a good year, and I know they're going to be playing hard because they're in the 7th seed, so they're wanting to move up too. Nobody wants to be in that play-in shit. So and I mean shit in a good way. I actually like the play-in idea and everything. All the excitement is brought and the drama it brings to the end of the season. Everybody paying attention to the standings and stuff. But yeah, Minnesota, they're still in it. So that's a 5-game stretch where, playing good teams, and we'll definitely need to be playing our best basketball going into that. And so far, it's looking like it. And it's very exciting to see, only, so many games, less than 20 games left, I think, of the season. And so far, man, the Mavs can finish with a high note like this and carry this momentum in the playoffs, especially with the 4th seed, Who knows, man? Sky's the limit. I'm just going to leave it at sky's the limit, because when you got Luka on your squad, it's anything can happen. Any given night, anything can happen, especially in a 7-game series, man. We got Luka, anything can happen. So, man, that's basically it here. That's all I got for you, man. I'm AG again. Thanks for listening. You can follow on Twitter if you want, at Mavs_rundown. And, of course, the podcast Mavs Rundowns on YouTube along with Spotify. So check it out on either one if y'all want. And remember, guys, cool heads prevail. And I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.